Would you like to know the 10 worst things you can do on LinkedIn? The things that will actually kill your career? If so, this video is for you. I'm going to put my hiring manager hat on, and I've interviewed thousands of people for tech jobs. And I want to talk about what people put on social media and how it could either help them or hurt them. Now, LinkedIn is probably one of your best places to build your career. It's an opportunity to connect with recruiters. It's an opportunity to connect with hiring managers. It's an opportunity to really build your professional brand. But some people do some very dangerous things on LinkedIn, and that's what I want to talk on this video, because I don't want you to do any of these things could hurt your career. I'm going to start by saying this. LinkedIn is not a diary. LinkedIn is not group therapy. LinkedIn is not a protest sign. And it's not a place to complain about your boss, your workload, or frustrations to the world. There are things that you can do on LinkedIn that are great, but in this video, we're going to talk about things that can really damage your career. And I'm doing this because I see so many talented people who literally don't get hired, they don't get promoted, and they're not trusted. And in so many cases, it's from what the person actually puts on social media. So I'm going to give you the things not to post. The first thing not to post on social media, and I hope it makes sense, is anything that could make you look lazy. So any kind of a post related to quiet quitting, or I'm doing the bare minimum and I suggest you do too. Why I don't believe in a hustle at work, or I only work my 8 hours per day and that's it. Now, I've seen people put these out there on LinkedIn and they think they're setting boundaries. But here's what we hear as a hiring manager. I will do exactly what's required and nothing more. And that is whether the business needs me or not. So in sales, in architecture and leadership, this mindset is a career killer. High impact roles demand ownership, not clock watching. So here's another critical mistake I've seen people do, and that is publicly complaining about workload, for example, or expectations. So if you post something, and I see people do this all the time, why are companies asking for too much? Why do managers expect us to care? The job market is unfair. Here's what hiring managers see. When pressure hits, the person goes and complains to the public instead of solving the actual problems. No executive hires someone who collapses under responsibility, especially in high stakes roles like enterprise architects, cloud architects, executive sales roles. Now, another kind of post on LinkedIn that will crush a career is a post that signals lack of loyalty. So posting things like, for example, I owe companies nothing. Never be loyal to your employer. I'll leave the second a better offer shows up. Now, in many cases, that could actually be true. But you don't say it out loud, and here's the reason why. Leaders hire for trust. I'm going to say that again. They don't just hire for skill, they hire for trust. And if you publicly advertise disloyalty, no executive will risk placing you in a role where you be with customers or strategy or any kind of sensitive information. So if that's the case, you lose all the good roles. Now, honestly, another kind of post on LinkedIn that really crushes people is these passive aggressive type posts or entitled job seeking posts. So if there's a post that says if recruiters actually did their job, or if companies value talent, I'd already be hired, or someone owes me an opportunity, this is showing entitlement disguised as frustration. And hiring managers don't reward entitlement. Hiring managers want value, maturity, and accountability. Now, another kind of post that I see there, you could almost demanding posts or ultimatum style posts. Companies must start paying more, or else. That's another one. Or employers need to accommodate everything, or else they're toxic. If you don't do this, this, and this, you're a bad company. These kind of things I see on LinkedIn every day. And here's one thing. It doesn't make leadership impressed. It signals inflexibility that you would be hard to work with. And in global organizations, adaptability matters more than ideology. Okay, here's a dangerous one. Anything divisive, political, war related. Oh, this is a really critical one. You can't post about a war, a government, an international conflict. And here's the reason why. In any real global company, your colleagues and customers are going to be on both sides of any conflict that you see. They're going to be potentially from affected regions. They're going to be personally impacted. And executives avoid risk. If your content creates division, you can't be hired, regardless of how right you think you are, because in us, we're going to have diverse teams. And executives unite, not divide. Now, that same thing goes anything about, religion, ethnicity, part of the world, because global organizations operate across cultures, belief systems, legal environments. So anything that assigns blame to someone or creates an us versus them environment or frames a group as a victim or a villain, that makes you unhireable for anything that matters. We executives, again, we have to unite teams, not fracture them and going into separate directions. Now, I've seen this before. It's terrifying when someone does a public attack on a company or a manager or an interview. And someone will make a post like, this company ghosted me, the hiring manager was incompetent, or recruiters are useless. Now, even if it's true, and sometimes it is, in other cases it's not, this will kill your career. If you attack publicly, you'll be seen as someone that's not trusted. Executives don't hire people who escalate conflict and take internal conflicts and bring them to social media. Now, this is one. Emotional vetting disguised as authenticity. LinkedIn is not the place for you to have your emotional breakdown. It's not for group therapy. And it's not a place for rage disguised as vulnerability. Leadership requires emotional regulation. If you can't manage your emotion, if you can't manage others' emotions, hiring managers, realistically speaking, won't trust you under pressure. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is anything that makes signals that you're hard to work with. And this could include any kind of arrogance or moral superiority or consistent negativity or public grievances or ideological rigidity. Because executives are going to ask this one question: what will this person do to make my team better or worse? And if the answer is unclear, it's just out. So why can't hiring managers hire people that do these things? And I'm going to be blunt about it. Hiring managers aren't judging your opinions. They're judging your risk. In a global multinational company, a single post could deeply offend clients and cost that organization quite a lot of business. A single post could fracture a team. A single post, the wrong one, can create a legal exposure that could be in the billions of dollars. So executives hire people that really build a professional brand, represent the brand well, show judgment, demonstrate maturity, and can operate across cultures. LinkedIn is your public executive record, your public resume, so make it shine. So what smart people do instead, the people that want to rise and succeed on LinkedIn, they demonstrate leadership in their posts. They show critical thinking. They share insights, not grievances. They build credibility, not controversy. And if you want an executive role, you need to act like an executive before you're hired, during you're hired, and everywhere in between. And that's how you build executive tech careers, or any executive careers for that matter. Now, if you'd like to become an executive architect or an enterprise architect or a security architect or a multi-cloud architect or an AI architect, we hold 2 completely free architecture webinars per week where we'll go over the various architectural roles, what we do in those roles, the skills that you need in those roles, and everything you need to do to get hired. And guess what? It's a completely free architecture webinar. So all you need to do to sign up and register, and these webinars are on Zoom, is click the link in the description of this video, sign up. And in this video, in these webinars, because it's on Zoom, you can ask me any questions you like in real time, and I'll be more than happy and honored to answer them for you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the bell to be notified of new videos to assist you in your architecture career or your tech leadership career. This is Mike Gibbs signing off for now, and I hope to see you soon in a free webinar, in class, or of course another YouTube video. Take care.